What's up, guys? I'm J-dubb. Today I've got a little project I want to show you. Some of you guys have seen it, some of you guys haven't. You've seen little pieces of it, but I have a lot of people ask me about it, and I just want to show people how I built it, the design of it, how it works, and everything about it. I get a lot of people asking questions about it, so we're going to show it to you. Let's get to it. So I'll have a link to all the things I use to make this stuff in my Amazon store. It'll be the first link in the description. Y'all guys can check that out. It helps out the channel. But let's get to the video. So we've got our John Deere x570, and as y'all know, I built a hitch for the back of it. Now let's start over here. I put a little switch right here. This is your power unit. This is nothing more. Here's the part number on it. You can find these things anywhere. They're not real expensive. If you get it, make sure you get the relay kit that goes along with it. And I just ran my wires to a plug, which is right here. So if I ever need to take the hitch off, you can unplug it. The whole thing unplugs and plugs back in. It has a power wire running back. All this is fused back towards the battery. And you also have fuses right here. All this is set up from the factory. I just bolted it onto the side. So far, not hard. Next thing, this starting right here goes down. All this is the original John Deere quick hitch, which is right here. So there's your part number. Like I said, this is the John Deere x570. So there are no little hydraulic arms back here. They're gonna do it. All this would have been mechanical. So I don't remember what all I took off. I believe there was a bar. This bar, I think, went across right here. Anyway, I came up with some 1/4" plate, took the bar that went through right here and moved it up here. Now this cylinder, that bar is the perfect size for it. And then I just cut some pipe that slid over it, centered everything up so it wouldn't slide around, it wouldn't slide back and forth. This bar comes all the way back. If you look in here, it hooks right here. It hooks on the outside of the frame. Then I came through and welded another piece in, which hooks on the inside of the frame. That gives you your lateral stability. This thing will not move. It's on there. Then I just came through and put some D-rings on just for transporting it. I do transport this thing a lot. I put a weld here, just kind of strengthen all that. A little weld here just to kind of strengthen it all, sturdy it all up. This bar across the back, you do need this just to give it some lateral support. You can still take your weights in and out. They come in and out right through this hole. And let's see, you got the switch. This goes down, down, down. I've got it set to where right above the ground it'll stop. That being said, if you put things on there, it'll do whatever you want. Now I did this quick link in here. I can loosen this and this will float. This whole thing will float. So if I'm using a blade on the snow and I'm on driveways and I don't want it digging, it'll float up and down with the driveway. If I want downforce, I can tighten that bolt up and it'll give all kinds of downforce. It'll give as much as the cylinder will put out. It's actually as much as the piston this will put out. This cylinder, here's a model number. There you go. There's the model number right here. And oh, another thing, just for convenience, I took one of these little hydraulic pump kits that go on your trailers, put some magnets on the back so I can stick it right there. Now the up and down are backwards. You can't really replace those, but you get used to it just grabbing it. This is our up, this is our down. I put them backwards because this is how I hold it. This thing has worked awesome. I just put these work lights on here because we do a lot of mowing, and sometimes I'm mowing after dark where we cut at. So that is the kit. I came up here. I do have a switch here. This runs this power lead, which is my front for my snowplow. Works off this. That works off the exact same principle. But This has been a viewer asked question, and I get a lot of questions about this thing. And this is how it works. This, I haven't found anything it won't pick up. I've hooked rocks and lifted the whole front of the machine. I would venture to say it would break the machine before you're gonna run out of lift power. So wouldn't worry about that. It is strong. I used my tiller. My tiller's 280 pounds, I think. Works just fine. If you want to see my tiller, I'll show it to you real quick. So here is my little John Deere tiller that I've built. Runs off of just a simple engine. This is a go-kart clutch, which everyone told me would never work. That thing has 4 seasons on it now and has worked great, flawlessly. I came through double bearing this because with one bearing on it, it kept breaking this bearing. The whole housing would crack apart. Putting 2 bearings on it, I haven't had any more issues. Make sure you do carry another bearing over. I tried doing where this is out floating, and then it started breaking that bearing. So double bearing on the end, and make sure you come over here. Now this bearing, all this has been good. This setup, I haven't had any problems with this. The chain, you keep it a little bit loose and it keeps the pressure off that bearing. It's never slipped. The nice thing about the go-kart clutch is that'll slip before it's going to break anything else. This has worked great. Now let's roll it over. The nice thing about it, we can just roll it on its side. It does have a little door on the back here, and you can see this thing gets used quite often. Oh man, but I didn't replace these blades. I'm gonna put these on here, but it comes across, and it does actually have a center bearing here. I'm not sure if I would do that again. I thought I would need it for rigidity. Turns out I don't need that. Then you have a bearing on each side. Pretty simple. Now, if I can flip it back over, and it just bolts on, single point on the sleeve hitch on the front. The front of it's open, and this thing has worked great. It took me about a year to design it and build it and actually get it to work reliably, but it does work good. Like I said, it's about 380, 390 pounds. It is heavy, but that is the tiller. That is some of the things I've built for my little machine. I've built a plow, a few rippers, stuff like that. But if y'all want to see that, we'll put another video up showing you that. All right, so I went ahead and hooked the tiller up for you so you can kind of see how it works. But it just hooks on there. Your single pin through your sleeve hitch, and then this will raise and lower it. That works really well. I've got it in that float mode, so if you float it, works really good for tilling. You see how you're not getting any down pressure. Pick it up, everything comes tight, and she comes up. Guys, I appreciate y'all watching. Go ahead, hit that like button for me, subscribe to my channel for more, and I'll see you on the next one.